Yo, what's going on, E7 fam? I'm Sue, and this is my beginner's guide to challenge mode Abyss Floor 15. Floor 15 will have you facing off against Robbie in what is, my opinion, the hardest challenge mode Abyss floor in the game, at least if you want to get all 3 stars in one go. If it's too difficult for you, then make sure you try to split it into 2 halves, and we'll talk more about that in the team building section in just a moment. But for now, to get 3 stars on this floor, you need to inflict Robbie with weakness, and you cannot play an ice elemental hero. So no blue heroes on your team. The core mechanic of the fight is this passive here, Combat Instinct. Takes the first turn and at the start of battle grants Berserk level 4 to Robbie as well as Trial. Things like Daydream Joker do half damage here, and combat readiness decrease effects are reduced by 50%. So, in order to get weakness, it's going to be the Trial effect. And as you can see here, after Robbie is attacked, while granted Berserk level 4, if she has 5 or more of the same name debuff, it will inflict weakness. So you need 5 or more of the same name debuff, and it must be while Robbie is Berserk level 4. Not Berserk level 1, not Berserk level 3, Berserk level 4. So you need a stacking debuff, and also timing is key. Now there are 4 stacking debuffs at Epic 7. Poison, Bleed, Burn, and Bomb. If you look at immunity info, Poison is not able to be used here. So that leaves you with Bleed, Burn, and Bomb. And Bomb is only on Limited or Moonlight 5-star heroes, which means that it would technically be beyond the scope of a beginner's guide, so we're not going to use them. That means we need to either use Bleed or Burn. This guide will be using Bleed, as I think it is much simpler for most players, especially because there are certain characters such as Sigret that we'll talk about in a second, that everyone has access to, right? So Bleed is going to be the way. If you want to develop a Burn team, that will work fine, but Bleed, in my opinion, is way easier. Now let's talk about the rest of the fight here, right? Let's go back to this Berserk level 4. So Robbie starts at Berserk level 4, and every time that she is at Berserk level 4, her turn, she will use her ultimate Devil Drive. So when we use Devil Drive, it's an AoE attack that does additional damage equivalent to 80% of Robbie's current health to all enemies. So that means that everyone on your team is going to take big pop damage at the start of the fight. Like we're talking like 90% of your max HP is gone before you even get to take a single action here on this floor. And if you play a knight with escort or like a damage sharing artifact like Aureus, there's a very good chance your tank dies before they even get a turn. So mitigation, while possible, is a bit difficult because of the fact that you have to tank this move right at the start of the fight. Now, to reduce the damage of subsequent Devil Drives that you're going to have to deal with, there are going to be 2 things that you could do. 1, reduce Robbie's health. If you reduce Robbie's current health, this does less damage. Problem, every 3rd time you hit Robbie, she counters you, and it stuns, which could make things very chaotic, right? It might accidentally kill your healer, it might kill your primary damage dealer, it might kill your debuffer, or mess up the rotation so that way they can't keep the 5 debuffs on. It's very, very annoying. The second way that you can mitigate the damage is put a debuff on Robbie. At 4 debuffs, it reaches the maximum damage reduction of 60%. So yeah, you basically need to reduce her health or debuff her, which means that you're going to be, like I said, constantly focusing Robbie, which in turn means that you're going to be getting stunned constantly. Now, you could focus these Tarasks that accompany her, so that way when it's the number's on 3, right? You don't want to have to deal with the counter on your damage dealer, for example. You could just hit the Tarask to avoid it and let like Roz or somebody hit Robbie, absorb the counter stun. No big deal because he can, shrug off the damage. The thing is, the Tarasks, whenever you critically strike them, they give everyone on their team 25% combat readiness. So you don't really want to bring a lot of characters that can crit because, well, when they crit, it just accelerates Robbie, right? And brings her closer to her next Devil Drive, right? So the cycle of how the fight works is you get hit with the initial Devil Drive, right? You take a ton of damage. She goes back to Berserk level 1 and is, defense broken here for a turn or 2. And each turn she stacks up her Berserk until she hits 4 and then uses her ultimate, comes back down to 1, so on and so forth. Now, that gives you a basic general overview of how the fight works. Let's talk about who we're playing and why. And the most important thing is which character are you going to play in order to put Bleed or Burn, right? So for most people, right, I'm going to recommend Surin if you want to do everything in one go. The best character for most players is going to be Sigret. Everyone has access to Sigret. She's a very powerful bleed character, right? You could build her as your primary damage dealer with some effectiveness and just have like Ra's dual attacker, build a whole dual attack comp around her and just kind of stack up bleed with Sever and Smash and just never go for guillotine, right? She's going to obviously be super, super good for this floor. Problem, she's a blue hero. So that means that you're not going to be able to clear the 3-star challenge in one go. But if you want to play Sigret, just get the weakness on Robbie, clear it, come back, and do the same thing over again with like Commander Lorena without Sigret and not having to worry about the debuff effects at all, and just basically rush down Robbie, you are welcome to do that. That would be the easiest way to clear this for most people. But if you're just the kind of person that wants to clear it all in one go, your best option is going to be either Red Surin or her ML5 counterpart, Tempest Surin. I think that Red Surin is a bit easier though than Tempest Surin. And just so we're clear here, I have no Malagora investment at all on this character. I simply just took her to level 50, 5-star Woker, right? Super easy to get to. Everybody should be able to do that. If you have this character just sitting in your inventory at all, you should just level the character to 50, right? You might not even need to do 5 stars. You might be able to get away with just like 4 stars if you don't want to spend the catalyst. But that's basically it. Just get the character to level 50. As for how you have her built, it's pretty simple. There's 4 things you need here, right? First off, effectiveness, over 45%. I have 95% here, but I just kind of threw whatever I had here on the account. You only need like 45% effectiveness. 2, as fast as you could possibly get her. The faster that Surin turn cycles, the more likely she is to actually bleed, right? And the reason, by the way, I should have mentioned this, why we're actually playing Surin, why she's the GOAT for bleeding on this floor. S2 is a 4 bleed stack move. S1 is a 2 bleed stack move. S3 extends the duration of bleeds, which is super good if you're trying to make sure that they stay on Robbie. And she gets a ton of CR push off of it as well, which helps with her cycling. So the faster you could go with her, the better. Having the necessary effectiveness, that's going to be super good as well. Now, last 2 things. Artifact, I prefer Dust Devil. You can play whatever you want. Dust Devil just gives us more chances to proc in S1 and therefore more chances to bleed, so it makes things a little bit easier. And the final thing, keep her critical hit chance as low as possible, because if she has to hit the terrorists, you don't want her to accidentally crit, because if she crits, she'll push Robbie up, which accelerates the timetable, makes things more difficult, less predictable for you. So try to keep her crit chance as low as possible. In fact, aside from your main damage dealer, try to keep everyone at 15% critical hit chance. If you can, it will make your life so much easier, because I am on an account that only uses basically free-to-play gear, like gear that's acquired from either like returner events or Abyss or just like a random like thing that was given to me, right, from like a hunt quest. Yeah, that's why we can't do it. Now let's talk about everybody else. So our tank here is going to be Ra's, Adamant Shield here, because if you play Arius, you just die to the first Devil Drive, so just don't do it. Health percentage necklace, health percentage ring, boots are speed, effectiveness at over 45%. And he is going to obviously be necessary for Command Strike, because our primary damage dealer, as you guessed it, you know her, you love her, it is Commander Lorena, right? So once you have weakness inflicted on Robbie, there's nothing stopping you from killing Robbie, so why not just take the character that bursts her down the fastest, and that would be Commander Lorena here. I'm going to be on a Symbol of Unity as my artifact, but feel free to play any damage dealing artifact that you want. Critical hit damage necklace, attack percentage ring, and boots are attack percentage. And finally, our healer, the best PvE character in the game in Tamarin, right? Obviously good for healing, because she has good AoE healing right off the bat. And obviously idle mode is just broken. Attack buffs, cleanses, CR pushing, good healing, all that stuff you know and love. Wanderer's Potion Vial, I feel like, is a must. Highest level that you can get this thing is a must for this fight. There's so much stunning going to be going out, right? And having Wanderer's Potion Vial will help cleanse that, make your life so much easier. Ideally, if you're not opposed to doing it in 2 runs, Montmorency would be pretty good here as well. But again, can't play blue units, so there you go. Wanderer's Potion Vial, health percentage on the necklace, health percentage here on the ring, and boots are going to be speed. All right, now that you actually know how the team is built, you know the mechanics, all that stuff, let's actually jump into this really, really annoying fight. Alright, so at the start here, we're going to get hit by Devil Drive. Now watch how much damage this deals.
I'll fight with all my strength.
So then we're going to S2 here at the start. Get some bleeds up, but more importantly, the attack down.
Go
Heal up with Tamarin.
If I must fight.
S3 for the defense buff here on Raz and the healing.
My spear will protect everyone.
We'll have
I will
Lorena go here
everything.
for the souls largely.
I
We're going to
only
want to
do my
eventually
best.
start to focus this down. Now, because Surin's in the back slot, we're just going to use this here to extend the bleeds
I will
and get some
destroy
CR pushing.
everything.
It'll get cleansed off by Potion Vial.
Can you endure? I'm scared.
We'll hit here.
I'll fight with all
Or hopefully
my
we get
strength.
here.
The spirit of a commander.
Alright, so now we're Berserk level 4.
I think I'm going to.
So if we hit all 4 on our S2 here, we're in a good spot. Only 3. It feels bad. See if Surin could come back around.
All right, let's do this.
Nah, it doesn't look like it. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to pivot. We're going to try to soul burn and kill this Tarask.
Take this.
I'm ready.
Enormous strength.
At least we won't take a lot of damage.
My spear will protect everyone.
You can't close your eyes. I'll fight with all my strength.
Alright, so we're just going to try really hard to survive these AoEs here.
I'll protect you.
So... if I S3, I risk pushing. But I'm going to probably push no matter what I do here. So instead, let's just go for the defense buff here.
Burn away the evil.
I will continue my training.
We'll save the spiral breakthrough.
I only do my best.
Since she is death broken, I don't want to risk hitting Robbie.
I'm scared.
Let's go idle mode here.
To my
Now that I'm full health on her and I heal up here, should be a bit easier.
I must fight.
So we'll soul burn
This
here.
won't be an easy fight.
Let's fight together. The order of the shield
And then
does
breakthrough
not
here
back
should
down.
kill.
All enemies
And that's one less
fall to my
annoying
side.
thing I have to deal with during the fight.
I'll fight with all my strength.
Alright, so let's go S2 here.
I'll do my best.
And then we'll hit here with Lorena.
Should we get started?
Alright, we want to S1 here.
I only do my best.
We're going to extend the duration of the bleeds.
Just give up.
And also get the CR push.
My spear will protect everyone.
Hit here.
This is
CR push everybody up.
I'll fight with all my strength.
Proc here. There's 5.
I will continue my training.
Alright, so we're in a good spot here.
Let's do
We
this.
just have everybody kind of sandbag into the Tarask. Again, we're sandbagging.
I only do my best.
Alright, now we go S2 here. And this should be enough on Berserk 4. So there we go. Now we got our weakness. Now the fight's trivial.
If I must fight,
Now we just kill Robbie.
I hope you're ready.
Let's fight together. The spirit of a commander. Feel my life in the point of my spear.
Now we just have Lorena do Lorena things.
My spear will protect everyone.
And now that she's less than half health with 3 debuffs, this is not going to do that much damage.
You can't close your eyes.
Heal up here.
Go away.
Lorena's in trouble.
Fight with all my strength.
Alright, so let's go here and see where we're at. 2. Ooh, Dust Devil's kind of rough there.
I'll protect you.
Alright, so we have Raz go S3 here. Right, so he'll eat the counter for us, and we'll get defense buff on everybody
Order
else.
of the shield does not back down.
Didn't go. Didn't take it. So let's not hit her, because if we hit her, we get countered.
I'll leave it to you.
I'm scared.
We go idle mode here.
I'll do my best. Shine free.
Alright, at this point, I think we can just let Surin eat the counter.
Should we get started?
Okay,
Take this!
guess I was wrong on the timing, but
I'm
it's
ready.
fine.
I will continue my training. I will pierce everything.
At this point, she'll probably die to all the bleeds, or come very close to it. Nah, Lorena will finish it here.
Fight together.
There we go. And that is Abyss Challenge Mode Floor 15 in a nutshell. Yeah, this one's very RNG heavy, right? So just keep trying. You need Surin to land. There's like 3-4 bleed stack S2s. That's kind of the key to success here. If you only get like 2, sometimes it doesn't work out. The RNG is just really not in your favor. But again, as long as you are pivoting between Ravi and the Tarrasques when appropriate to avoid specific counters, shouldn't be too bad with this strategy. If there's any other strategies that work for you, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below, and check down there as well if this strategy didn't work for you. Maybe somebody has a solution that could work for you. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week, and I'll see you all in Abyss Challenge Mode Floor 16. Later now.